Welcome back, my Jedi friends, and in this video we explore the question, is it safe to shine your gifts as an empath? And this is the paradox that so many empaths have. So let's bring this to life. One of my very good friends, incredible healer. I will not name her just in case she doesn't want me to share this story with you. But she has always known what people are thinking. She can tap into energy. She can read energy. She's been able to see it from as young as she liked. And she grew up in a family where she could tell when people were lying. And as a kid, she would call it out. She would say, "No, you're lying. You're not telling the truth." And of course, no adults want to hear that. And she was incentivized not to share. So she's grown up with a skill set where she knows when people are full of shit or not. She can instantly read them. She can read their energy. She can tap in. She knows when they're out of alignment with their words. And throughout her childhood, it was a nightmare calling this out, knowing what she knew, and people not wanting to hear it. And that is just one of many examples of people that have rare gifts, having massive, massive challenges, especially growing up. And if you're attracted to this channel, it's probably you. There's probably some aspect of your world where you've got gifts, but it's unsafe to share them. And today we are facing the path ahead of us, as in the background, folks, that is it safe to share your gifts? Is it safe for you to go down the path where you shine your gifts, or is it safer for you to say nothing and hold these in the background? And that really is the case, folks. So many people have skill sets and talents that they can't explain to others. A, people don't get it. B, they think you're full of shit. C, even worse, they think you're a psychiatric case. And some of the highly sensitive people, some of the skills that I see in the sensitive energy world would have been. I can see now through playing in this community that how witchcraft and things would have kicked off. People with certain talents would have been considered witchcraft back in the day, folks. You'd probably be burned at the stake. And if you're really into past lives, there's possibly a bit of that as well, folks, but maybe that's a rabbit hole too far for this video. We'll cut the past life nonsense. We will just focus on the here and the now. Certain people are born with gifts and talents, and parents may not get it. I frequently hear parents say, "Oh, they speak to the voice. They're tapped in. They're constantly talking with an imaginary friend." Now, some people may be tapped into their spiritual support team from a young age, and that would manifest if you went to a doctor as schizophrenia. So, for anyone that is tapped in, you'll understand this, and you will know that it's unsafe because they medicate you for a gift that you have. Now, I see this all the time, folks. I've seen many, many cases of people that have skill sets where it is completely unsafe to talk about them. It would have been as a kid. Because if your parents had no understanding of this world, of this skill set, then they would have taken you to a doctor and they would have medicated you. And then you would have gone down a really nasty rabbit hole. And this is very common, folks. This is very common. People with the biggest gifts have the worst to hide. It's a bit like Superman. Like, do you reveal who you are? Stick on a pair of glasses, and people might not recognize you. But it's a great metaphor for this, that it would scare some people. Who wants to be with someone that can read your thoughts or your energy? And just to go down a separate rabbit hole with the case study of the friends that I mentioned, she's learned to switch these skills off. Not everybody can. Not everyone can. Just imagine being with somebody that could read your thoughts 24/7. How comfortable would you feel with that? Someone that knew what you were really thinking, what you were really feeling, rather than what you were saying. And who wants to be revealed? Would you be comfortable being revealed? If you were in a room with somebody that knew whether you were talking shit or not and could read your energy, how would you feel about that? And the thing is, most people don't want to be seen, folks. We do not want to be seen who we are, which is the paradox. And that is the personal development pathway. We fear that we'll be judged. We fear that our thoughts are not right, that they're toxic, that people would not like us, they wouldn't love us if they knew what we really thought about things. And you'll know if you followed this channel for a while that I'm slightly less filtered than most. And part of that is after a lifetime of suppression of what I really think, of being very diplomatic, then my gift now is to wake up to that and think, actually, saying what I really think unfiltered is where it's at, is where it's at. That's why I call arseholes, folks, and that's why there's a bit of gratuitous, fruity language on this channel because I'm done listening to arseholes tell me what I can and I can't say. And not only that, but if I'm not authentic to you, then why would I expect you to listen to anything that I've got to say? And that's where it's at, folks. How real are you prepared to show up as? How much of yourself do you want people to see? And when push comes to shove, most people don't want to be seen. Not really. We want the false persona, the dating profile version of ourselves. That's the version we want the world to see. But if they really found out who you really were, what you really thought, what you were really thinking in any given situation, do you really want anyone to see that? Are you the person you would like to meet? Are you a good person? Can you justify your judgment? And here's an exercise I used to say to people to wake people up as to the issue of self-discovery, waking up, personal development. That if someone could read every single thought that you had, and then at the end of each day, mail it to the person that you were thinking it about, how many people would be comfortable for those messages to be delivered? And I have asked thousands of people that question in my workshops, and I have had very few hands go up. And when push comes to shove, of the maybe four people that have ever put their hand up in the thousands I've asked, they're clearly narcissists or they're clearly delusional. That they're doing it for effect. Because I don't believe anyone would really want every single thought that they had delivered to the source. And that's the issue, folks. Who are you? Who are you really? And who do you want the world to see? And here's the issue. You really want the simplicity of personal development, where things go wrong, where mental health issues start. The difference between what you want the world to see and who you really are is where your mental health issue is. It's in the middle. It's in the middle. I don't want, this is who I am, but I want people to see this. This is the good version of me. This is the one where I'm so spiritual. I show up every day. I'm always happy on social media. I've always got a divine quote that I can give to you. Nothing ever goes wrong in my world, not on social media, because I lead a perfect life. Then you stop recording, you stop doing the post, and it's, oh, fuck. Oh, that bastard. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Don't want to see, don't want the world to see that side of us. Just imagine that. That's an everyday thing for most people. Just imagine having psychic gifts where you could see through things and is it safe to use them and who's going to believe them? And not only that, folks, most people, when they get the truth, they don't believe it. And there's another issue that psychic people or people that can read energy have to face. The truth is so painful that we go into denial when we get it. And if you're believing the people that you're giving these messages to and they're pushing back, you start to doubt your gifts, you start to doubt your talent. And I know this because I've worked with so many highly sensitive people. I've got them in my friend network. I know this journey all too well, folks. And if you're doubting yourself because you've given your reading and people don't buy it, people aren't believing it, people aren't seeing the skill set that you're bringing to the mix, or they're not ready for the message, there's where most of the things go wrong, my Jedi friends. Most people aren't ready for the truth. It's a Jack Nicholson moment. You can't handle the truth. And that's most of humanity, folks, most of humanity. So if you have exceptional, highly tuned skills where you can read energy and you can read people, you may be brilliant at what you do, but getting people to understand and believe it, that's a completely different skill set. And there's the two paths, folks. And this is an issue that a lot of people that are sensitive to energy have to face. And if that's you, my Jedi friends, because I know that this channel will attract people that have this sort of skill set. If that's you, then you are here for a reason, because we are here to unlock your talents. And 99% of it on this channel is to wake you up and make you realize that you already have the gifts within you. And the problem is, we're looking for external validation. We're looking for external certification. I hear this a lot as well. People that are born with these sort of talents. Oh, I need certificates or no one's going to take me seriously. I can tell you this for certain, my Jedi friends. I have met the most qualified people, incredibly well qualified people with certificates coming out of their arse. They're that well qualified. And most of them are full of shit or arseholes themselves. Now, they might be good to a small demographic, but the cracks are there, folks. And not only that, the cracks are there because they then have all these certificates. They think they should have the answers to everything, including their own problems. And maybe they stop asking for help. And there's another little subset of problems. When you're the master, when you're the expert, who do you ask? Where do you go? And if you don't have somebody that you can go to when the shit hits the fan that you trust, that has your back and has the qualifications and life experience to help you, then you're pretty much fucked, my Jedi friends. Because no one is a one person tree. We need the woods. We need to surround ourselves with the right people, and we need the right support in our corner, because nobody, unless you're an ascended master, can do it on their own, faced with criticism and all of the shit that you're going to go through in life. And there it is, my Jedi friends, the wake up call about sharing your gifts, spreading your gifts, keeping it to yourself. Which path will you take, my Jedi friends? Well, while you're deciding, if you're new to the channel, you may want to stick around. You may want to get more of the pieces of this jigsaw, my Jedi friends, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And if you want another piece of the jigsaw, you'll find it just there. But most importantly, own your gifts, own your talent, surround yourself with the right people, and look within for your answers, because only you know the real truth about your gifts, your talents, and your path in life.